All right, well that's it. It's over. My hunting season's done. Final tag filled. I was man, that all happened so fast. I was sitting up on a cliff glassing down into some really good looking terrain that I've been checking out this year, and I actually caught through the trees a doe and then a really big bodied deer following it, and I'm sure it was a bit, good sized buck. So then the wind was in my favor, and I was like, man, do I just sit here and see if they come out to just give me a shot? Because I was in a good advantage, good vantage point where I could like shoot down into this open timber pretty well, but they were just like 50 yards too far, like in between the trees and the bushes, and I couldn't make them out. So I was like, screw it, I'll make the call, and the wind's good, so I'll sneak down there and see how close I can get. And I was, probably took them about a half hour to that point, and I was just creeping into where I last saw them. And all of a sudden, snap, snip, stick breaks beside me at like 50 yards. I look to my right, and there's this guy standing there. Although his head's behind the tree at first, so I couldn't tell. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's a buck. So then I like adjusted my angle, and I caught his antlers real quick, and then he took some steps, and yeah, he was between these two trees, and he turned back and looked at me, and I saw the antlers, just like the front tines curling in, and I was like, man, I've been grinding trying to find a good buck, and I didn't even hesitate. It just felt right. Put up the rifle, pulled the trigger, and then he just went down over a ridge, and I didn't hear any crashing. I didn't hear any thrashing or stomping or nothing. So I was like, maybe he's just dead where I shot him. Got there, nothing. Couldn't see no blood, but I could see tracks going down. But then there was like a strip of real thick alders and like dead falling. I'm like, man, I wonder if he like plowed through that. And I couldn't find any tracks past it. And I just tried to do a straight line from where I know that I shot him. And I was doing circles, 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 and I couldn't find anything, no sign. I was getting really kind of upset and stressed that I couldn't find this deer. And then I was like, you know what you should do? You should turn on your hunting app so you're tracking your tracks, so you're not going in the same place over and over again. And I just did that, started doing a big circle underneath, and then this area is right in line with that strip of alder, so he must have just hung a left and took the path of least resistance, and I just came from below, and here he is. Sorry, but yeah, he's another 2 point. He's got eye guards. He's a bit better of a 2 point than the last one, that's for sure. And I'm totally fine with it. Felt right. Everything just lined up well. I wanted to hold out for a big mature buck, but to be honest, I was getting some nice deer on camera, but not lately. It's been like a week since I've seen a good one on camera. And you know what? It was just a really good shot, good situation. It felt right. And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to cut a tag on this deer. It just feels like the right thing to do. And I did it. Now that I've got him, couldn't be happier. Problem is, now it's going to get dark real soon. I got a lot of work to do, and I got to carry this guy out. Kind of sucks. But that's it. That was my blacktail, or my whole deer hunting season. Got that first muley, little 4x4. Got the little 2x3, and then now this is a bit better of a 2 point. And pretty happy with that. That was bigger than the 2 point I passed on last week, so it was worth it. Sized up a little bit. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I guess I'll try this again next season and keep the ball rolling. And hope you guys had a great hunting season. Hope you, if you're tagged out, great. If you're not, I hope you get that buck of your dreams that you're after. And man, what a whirlwind, emotional roller coaster, this hunting, especially this blacktail hunting, man. It's not easy. It's friggin' hard. It's a grind. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. All right, just a quick update. So I'll spare you guys some of the gore, but I'm already just over halfway through this guy, and the sun is gone. Looks a bit brighter in the phone, but I promise you it's just about time to put a headlamp on. And then I got loaded up in my pack, and I got quite that hike to go get this guy back to the truck. And yeah, I really hope nothing comes out at night that's going to give me a hard time with this deer meat on my back. So hopefully it all goes well, and I'll check back in with you guys when I get to the truck. All right, update number one. This sucks. First leg of this journey, straight up the mountain in the dark. It's horrible. Think I know where I'm going, and pretty sure it's going to get easier. The longer this goes, the easier it's going to get. I'm sure of it. So I'll check in a little bit. All right, that's the worst of it over, I think. Oh man, that was so steep and so thick and just snotty. It was horrible. And yeah, the rest of it's still on the mountain, but it definitely levels out a bit. It's not as steep as that first section was. That was terrible. Yeah, one thing I would say to anyone who's maybe new to hunting or getting into it, just be aware of how heavy a deer is in a backpack. Like, it's insane, man. Like, it's a lot of work for one person to pack out an entire buck. So just be mindful of where you're shooting your deer, especially if like you haven't done it before, or even maybe done it once or twice and you're just trying to get used to it. Figure out your little process. Yeah, I mean, you can do it if you want, but I'll warn you, if you shoot a deer way the hell down the other side of the mountain in the thick, nasty stuff, man, it's just you. And then when the sun goes down, it's pitch black. Man, it's just a lot of work, and you really got to watch your step. I don't think people realize either how, because it's so heavy, like how off balance you get. Like, I just went to crouch down here to take a break. I kneeled down, the weight of my backpack just pulled me backwards. I was worried I was going to bust my knee or something. Obviously didn't, but it was just a good reminder for how friggin' heavy, how top heavy you are. And if you slip, dude, and that backpack goes, like with that deer in it, like you're just going, you can't stop it. So it's definitely a safety issue. So you want to be careful and move real slow and deliberately, and make sure you got a good headlamp, man. Because like what I just came out of, man, every step was like a busted ankle. Like just all the little deadfall trees everywhere and the rocks and pitch black like this. Like, be careful. So anyways, not trying to freak anyone out over it, but it's a very real challenge. You got to really want to do it. So just, make sure, it's a reasonable distance wherever you shoot your deer if you're going to do that. But yeah, I'll check in when I get back to the truck. Crazy. All right, I'm back at the truck. Man, that was a rough pack out. That was 2 hours pretty much on the button. And yeah, I shot that deer right around 3 p.m. Now it's 8 o'clock. Just got back like 5-10 minutes ago to the truck. So man, it's an ordeal. You shoot a buck, shoot a deer that's not 4 minutes from the truck, and it's a lot of work. So for anyone out there who thinks I had it too easy on the 4-minute buck, you can rest assured that I got my butt handed to me today. That was a monster pack out, man. Straight up, that steep stuff was rough, and then even coming down the other side back to the truck wasn't fun at all. So, but I'm happy. I'm all tagged out. That's my all my deer for the 2025 season, and yeah, you know what? I'm not going to go into too much more at this point, but I'll give it some thought over the next day or two, and maybe do a final wrap-up video for a little the hunting season and my final thoughts and all that great stuff. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you next time.